Well, I picked up this nice little juniper from the garden center. It's only 20 bucks. It's quite pot bound, so I'm not quite sure what to do about it. I'm worried about being too hard on it in terms of, you know, tearing into the roots and you know, teasing that all out like I normally would, because it's not super healthy. I think it's okay, but I'm thinking what I might do is just try and find a slightly larger pot, and like slip pot it for the moment, just into a slightly larger pot with some pumice. I'm realizing now I should have, before I started recording, I should have probably soaked this or something. It's really dry. The whole thing is top heavy. But it has a cool, well, I don't think it's 2 trees. I think it's 1 tree. So I'm not going to do too much with it today other than try and pot it up and get it more healthy and see how it does. Okay, so no idea if this is the right thing to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to take it out of the pot. I'm going to take it out of the pot, and I'm just going to soak it for a little bit. I don't think this thing has taken on much water for a while. It literally, air bubbles popping out. Probably see that. I don't get it. It was so dry. Yeah, so I should try and find something a little bigger than this. Sometimes I like to just put a little bit of moss in the bottom to, instead of drainage holes. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? A little bit of moss in the bottom to block the drainage holes. And that will help with keeping all of the rocks in, because some of those holes are quite large. Okay, so I've got a mix of 3 parts pumice, 1 part sea soil, and 1 part coco coir. Need about 1 inch in the bottom there. And then the real question is, do I tease apart these roots a little bit, or should I leave them alone? I think there should be a little bit coming out just to let these roots know that there is somewhere else to go other than where they've been going. This is going to be a nightmare next year when I try to actually untangle these. This side almost seems dead compared to these. These are nice and, well, I don't know if they're nice and white, but they're lighter colored. Maybe these were last year's growth. This all just looks dead. I wonder if it cooked in the sun. That side was facing the sun of the nursery. However, I'm not going to get crazy with this. I'm just going to see if I can squish that down, give it a little bit of a spin, and I'm not even worried about the planting angle necessarily. I mean, it's debatable if I will even keep both of these or what I'll do next year. I could dig down and see what's there, but not this year. I think this year I'm going to just try and make sure that this thing actually grows. That'll do for now. Some interesting, could be an interesting two trunk. I might end up cutting it down to just be one of the two, or splitting it. This one has some nice movement off to the left, and there's two to choose from. There's this little guy coming up as well, which, who knows, could still be viable. I'll water this down and see what happens this year, see if it grows, and I will keep you posted. Do you have to do that here?